and welcome to Tech Today. And no, this is not a car review, guys. Before you judge already, this is all about the Tech Today Weekender. That's what I'm calling it officially. We have christened this episode already. This is about how you can use technology and AI to make sure that your long weekends, along with, well, that recommendation from your boss, are a whole lot simpler, better, cost-effective, and a lot more fun. Look, here, we're all techies on Tech Today, and you might be thinking, how is he going to really force-fit that technology angle into the long weekend? It's not just Google searches and talking to your buddies and following Instagram influencers. There's a lot of tech, a lot of AI, and a lot of jugaad that we have here on Tech Today, and that's what we're going to talk about. On this road trip, I'm going to someplace very special, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out. So let me give you a step-by-step guide of how you can plan the perfect trip. Let's start with step 1. Step 1, your destination. Where do you want to go? Tough question, right? I know the family is always arguing about this, but no need to rack your brains anymore. You can use AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot to plan your holiday and create that itinerary. You can give it a very narrow and detailed prompt where you mention the number of days, the time of the month, what kind of weather you want to experience. Is it sunny beaches? Is it snowy mountains? What you really want on your trip. The more detail and refinement you add to your prompt, the better your answers will be. You're still watching? Right, this isn't a Hollywood movie. You're still tuned into Tech Today. Frame correct, but we believe in Hollywood production values here on Tech Today. Step 2 in this special segment is all about how on earth do you get there. Now, you can use generative AI like ChatGPT here as well, but there are tried and trusted travel aggregators like Make My Trip, GoIbibo, Yatra. All of them are in and about the same. Same, but different. That can help in booking flight tickets. In fact, you can ask your AI companion to even recommend what would be the best time to reach your destination and also to suggest some accommodation options. Do you want to stay in an Airbnb, a 4-star, 5-star, 3-star backpacking hostel? Here's an option at Tech Today that we often use, Skyscanner. With its latest AI plugins, just go to www.skyscanner.net, discovering AI, which is their newest AI beta tool. I've written it down for you in the graphics that can create and curate trips for you with flight options as well. Whether it's domestic or international, just write what you want and let the Skyscanner AI do its magic for you like we do it for you on Tech Today. Okay, the next obvious step. What do you do once you get there? Destination finalized, flights booked. Now you know your schedule and the timings. Just feed all of that information into your AI companion. Tell it the city, the hours, what kind of things you want to do, what you perhaps don't want to do since it's AI, and watch it create a detailed point-to-point itinerary for the duration of your trip. If you want to book any tickets, we have the tried and trusted apps like Paytm Insider and Book My Show. These are great options, honestly, to book tickets, whether you want to do it for movies, live shows, concerts, sports, IPL, who you supporting, let me know in the comment section below. Even stand-up comedy gigs, if you're into that stuff. Do remember, though, the AI tools you're using should have data sets which are updated and not outdated ones. For instance, if you use a free version of ChatGPT, there's a cutoff date sometime in 22. So be sure that you're using these with a pinch of salt because AI is developing and we have you covered here on Tech Today. Yeah, shouldn't always rely on navigation. Fair enough. Learn from practice. Learn in theory as well. One of the most important things that you must do is download offline maps. Now, trust me, you don't want to be stuck in an unknown city with no navigation, no directions. It's even worse if there's a language barrier. Offline maps can be your best friend on a rainy day or any day whatsoever. Just note that there's no walking navigation if you use Google Maps offline. Strange, I know, if you're traveling abroad and that place has Apple Maps. Well, competing app, it is one of the best apps to use, but here in India, it's not of much use. How exactly do you get offline maps on your phone? Apple or Android, open the Google Maps application. Top right, you might see your handsome Gmail photo. Click on it right there, select offline maps, and all you have to do then is select your own map, ring fence a perimeter, and then you get navigation, directions, all with offline maps. This is a life-saving feature if you use it the right way. payday for the long weekend. This is
Ayush, you still owe me for that meal in Barcelona.
Alright, clearly my team has an elephant's memory and I don't like that. Yes, we do owe you for that meal in Barcelona, but that's what I want to get to. We're not in Barcelona anymore, but how do you manage your finances? While your banking and UPI apps are the best option for expenditure, it's critical that you track everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. If you're looking to split the expenses between friends or family, you need the best app to do that. Splitwise was a very popular app and it used to be a great option, but the free tier now only lets you add 4 entries per user per day, which in the grand scheme of things is honestly a very small number of entries. You might be traveling with a bigger group. Here are some alternatives from the Tech Today team that you can actually use. Number 1, Settle Up, literally, which works like Splitwise and is ad supported, so that's their revenue model. A homegrown option, made in India, is Split Karo, a made in India app, like I said, that can even import your data from Splitwise, so you can begin right where you left off. Okay, itinerary locked in, flights booked, hotels sorted. I'm all set for my vacation, much deserved here on Tech Today. But there's a few things I want to tell you as well before you actually take these tips that we're giving you with a pinch of AI salt. There are still over 8 months left in 2024, so don't worry if you missed this bunch of long weekends. There's a few more opportunities to really hone your craft and achieve perfection the way we do on Tech Today. Remember, keep your AI prompts detailed. Speak like you're speaking to your best friend. It actually works. That's the tip. There's no prompt engineering needed. Do your research well and do not blindly trust AI. Make sure you do your due diligence with everything before spending your hard-earned money. It's time for me to head on my tech plan vacation, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, before I head to my vacation, I do need to wrap up this shoot. Most importantly, I am running low on battery. When you're low on juice, all these smartphone companies, Apple and the Android guys, have now started offering you fast charging. What does it mean for your battery health, especially when you're selling your old device? What kind of impact does it have on the battery and its performance? Is it something that's dangerous? Is it something that is perfectly all right? Are there ways to really sort this out for you? How does it all work? Well, we have a Tech Today special report as I head to my break from Tech Today's resident geek, Lakshay Kumar, who's going to sum it all up for you and then understand what you think of fast charging as a feature on your smartphone.
It's 2024 and smartphones have become essential for our survival in the modern world. With hundreds of apps to do everything from texting to ordering groceries, smartphones almost form the bedrock of our existence in this connected age. And they need to be constantly charged. In this digital age where time is of the essence, fast charging has become an indispensable feature for smartphone users worldwide. But with convenience come concerns about safety and battery health. Smartphone manufacturers have been hard at work trying to give us really fast charging while maintaining safety standards as well. Superwhoop by OnePlus, Oppo and Realme offers up to 150 watts. Vivo and iQOO have flash charge. Xiaomi has their own hypercharge, all hovering around the 120 watt mark. The latest Moto Edge 50 Pro also comes with 125 watt charging, and all of these brands have safety and device protection at their core. They smartly regulate charging speeds and even have heat protection built into the adapters. This begs the question, are brands doing enough to address these concerns? And more importantly, what does the average user think about this? We took to the streets of Amchi, Mumbai to find out.
So do you use fast charging on your smartphones?
Yes, I use fast charging on my smartphone.
No, because I'm using an iPhone, so I basically tend to use the original iPhone charger that comes with it.
Actually, it's very cost saving, and also it helps me while I'm traveling for the office and everything. So yeah.
I think if you're like leaving for college and you don't have enough charge or something, you can just put it and run away, you know.
Even if it is 2 or 3%, so I can get it done till 20 within few minutes only, couple of minutes, 3-4 minutes.
Battery of my phone is not that much. In that moment, I really need a fast charger.
Do you think fast charging is good or bad for your phones?
Actually, it's good for my phone cause I'm always in rush cause I'm doing my article sheet.
For my smartphone's battery, I think it's bad because it'll deteriorate faster and then I'll have to buy a phone frequently.
Actually bad, I know, because it will deteriorate very fast. Also for environment, also it's bad because the carbon emissions are much more higher.
I think it's good if you put proper protection, yes.
I think it deteriorates the battery life of the phone as well.
Not that good because it gets, as I said, it gets discharged as fast as it gets charged.
So the Mumbai public has spoken. While most use and appreciate fast charging on their smartphones, they also think it eventually deteriorates the quality and the health of their battery. Now this goes against what most smartphone brands are doing. We've got smart battery health engines, protections built inside the adapters, but still most people believe that fast charging is not that great for their smartphones. What do brands need to do eventually? Now, is this a case of technology or is it a case of marketing? Well, we'll find out eventually.
Now for the moment you and I have been waiting for. Elon Musk is finally coming to India. He's announced it. There's a meeting with Prime Minister Modi come the end of April. But what does this meeting entail? Is he going to finally announce his India investment plans? Where is he setting up that new Tesla factory? Is it going to be in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, or a fourth state? There's a lot of questions, and we're hopefully going to be getting answers very soon. More importantly, what does this mean for other EV automakers? And if you've been wondering what a Tesla feels like on Indian roads, well, we at Tech Today were the first in the country to drive the Tesla Model 3 here on Indian roads. This is a Tech Today exclusive.
Elon Musk has been vocal about his plans for a manufacturing plant in India, but with one stringent condition: only if import duties are lowered. He has argued that this sort of concession would help establish the brand and build demand before they could scale up on local manufacturing. But the plot took an interesting turn last month when the Indian government introduced a new EV policy that lowers the import taxes to as low as 15% on some models, given that a manufacturer invests at least $500 million and also sets up its factory in the country.
I never say no to Elon Musk. I tell him that you are welcome in India, but if you want to manufacture in China and only you want to sell in India, then you will not get the concessions. If you come to India, you start manufacturing here, sell the car, you are welcome, we are waiting for you.
Reports suggest Musk is also evaluating the possibility of setting up a joint venture with Reliance Industries. The latest developments come days after US Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen concluded a 4-day-long visit to China, warning Beijing to scale back its EV production to avoid flooding the market.
And when the global market is flooded by artificially cheap Chinese products, the viability of American and other foreign firms is put into question. And we've seen this story before. Over a decade ago, massive PRC government support led to below-cost Chinese steel that flooded the global market and decimated industries across the world and in the United States. I've made clear that President Biden and I will not accept that reality again.
Musk is likely to make an India investment of nearly $3 billion that could go up to $10 billion as the company grows in the world's third largest automotive market. Hinting towards the entry of Tesla in India, Musk recently tweeted, "India should have electric cars like every other country has electric cars. It's a natural progression to provide Tesla electric vehicles in India." The explosive growth story of India's tech and auto sectors makes it one of the most attractive and lucrative markets for EV manufacturers. But does that mean Teslas are about to take off on Indian roads? Will Elon finally set up a factory in India? What does this mean for existing players like Tata, MG and Mahindra? Well, we can only hope that we have definitive answers to all these questions come April 22nd.
Pinch yourself, this isn't a dream. The Tesla Model 3 is here with us on Indian roads. The big question that we keep asking, even at Business Today, is this a tech company? Is this an automotive company? Is it a tech company that just builds cars? Is it Elon Musk's passion project? Well, It is one of the coolest car brands out there, the most coveted, the most sought after, and we have the Tesla Model 3 here on India Today. Yeah, don't miss the alloys on this one. And of course, Tesla has this uncanny knack of picking colors like this one. You can spot the cameras as well, 8 of them around the car. I'll get inside and show you the dynamic range on those cameras. That is when you know this is a technology company. When you have so many smartphone manufacturers putting millions of dollars into really acing their smartphone camera game, you have to see the rear camera and the side cameras on this. In fact, that's what makes the autopilot sensors really work. And that's an interesting technology play. This is also one of my favorite parts of the car. If you want to unlock it, this lovely, classy, this is not my visiting card, the Tesla card, tap it right here on this sensor. And when you see, well, the rear view mirror is turning, the car has unlocked for you. You're already worried about the rising fuel prices? Then you don't need to pull any lever inside. All you have to do is come at the back, give this a nice tap, and that reveals the charging ports. Traditionally, you'd have a trunk at the back, but since this is an EV, you're not going to be cribbing about storage space anytime soon. Time to take you guys inside. This is what makes the car truly special. Put my foot on the brake, enter my personal code for my profile. There you go. It feels like a sci-fi movie, honestly. And I want to show you guys what the entire interior is like. It's clean, it's subtle, it's smooth, it's classy. Well, of course, you have this fantastic sporty steering wheel. There's no, display over here with your cluster and then a smaller screen out here. It's just one neat tablet. The ground clearance here on this car, right about here, we've had some issues while we were taking it out for a spin. Well, essentially, on a lot of the bumps and a lot of the speed breakers, this wasn't necessarily the car you would want on those particular roads. But, well, we managed. We slalomed through it on different angles. Big buzzword of 2023 and now 2024 is artificial intelligence. Everyone's talking about it, but a little less conversation, a little more action. I'm here at the mega Dell event in New Delhi. And of course, across their lineup, they've made some big AI announcements with the Dell Inspiron, Alienware, and of course their flagship XPS. We're going to talk all about that with the man behind this push right here, Rajkumar Rishi.
Hi.
What a pleasure to have you on the show. Just trying to understand, now the XPS 16 is nearly 3 lakh rupees. We saw how this design language was showcased at CES a couple of years ago. Then you have the XPS 14, the smaller one right there, which is 2 lakh rupees. This is your flagship product. But when we're talking about the Intel Core Ultra push and that AI support, but is it going to be a similar user experience across the lineup?
So what we launched today are broadly, 3 sub-segments, right? So we launched, this is XPS,
yes,
both 14 and 16. Then you got Alienware. Then you got Inspiron 14 Plus. They're all Core Ultra based. Yes. These are only machines as of now that we have based on Core Ultra. But obviously, we have a whole range of products. Yes, AI is currently just beginning and currently available for gamers and creators. Yeah. But as the technology evolves, it should be available over a much larger base.
Ashkar, you understand the space so well. When we're talking about AI, everyone seems to be talking, about the software side of things. But when we want it to be a real manifestation, something that's tangible, we need hardware as well. How do you really, split the pie when it comes to that AI revolution being successful on a software side and then on a hardware front as well?
It's a mix of the two. One can't succeed without the other. For the first time, there's NPU inside. NPU is nothing but it kind of does the entire resource allocation in a machine, right? And then which can support the softwares or the apps which will evolve. I mean, they're going to evolve. There's certain features which are available today, but there's much more that will happen.
Yeah.
So one can't do without other.
You know, this is a really interesting moment for Dell XPS fans. This is perhaps one of the best looking laptops when it comes to a Windows ecosystem. We have the MacBooks on the Apple side, but honestly, this is the only such device, at least for me on Tech Today, that I look at and say this has the power, it has the battery, and it has the look as well. Is that something that you think Dell needs to consider even from a marketing standpoint here in India? Because MacBooks have become very popular. Earlier it was only Windows systems. Is that something we need to figure out from a marketing, brand strategy standpoint, saying, is that the real competitor to the Dell XPS?
Look, we are doing our own, thing on the brand front, and we are actually engaging extremely closely with the youth segment. Our campaign, for example, is called "Doing is the New Learning." Yes. So we are seeing how today's consumers, they are looking at how they can contribute back to the society, and we are engaging with them at that level. And just on that point, we also spoke about the fact that how we are bringing a lot of sustainability into these devices, right? The packaging is all 100% recycled. There is, recycled aluminium being used, and so on. I would say, we are focused on these things to make sure that we continue to be the most trusted brand in the country.
The most trusted brand in the country. We like to say that about Tech Today as well. So I think this is fantastic to have these Dell products here on the show. We're going to be reviewing them and having these conversations as we go forward. And, well, congratulations on yet another launch. But one thing's for sure, it's AI. And you said most trusted brand, so we're going to have a focus on safety, security, and quality. What a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, yet another action-packed episode of Tech Today draws to a close. We hope you're all prepped for the long weekend Tech Today style. Also, the AI push from Dell and Intel and all of these guys. What does it mean for WWDC on June 10th? What will Apple do really to settle all bills right there with one announcement? We're waiting, anxiously, keenly awaiting what that announcement at Cupertino will sound like. Most importantly, you know what fast charging is all about now and whether it's good for your phone, and we know what you think as well. This is Tech Today, your favorite technology show. I'm your host, Ayush Alavadi, saying until next week, adios.